in His hand. He's got that in His hand. And when we see these things going on the way we're seeing them going on, sometimes people send me email and it's almost like there's a sense of panic in their voice. Okay? Don't panic. Panic is based upon the old god Pan, the half man, half goat. You don't want to be a panic. Don't panic. Don't be afraid. What are they going to do? Kill you and send you to heaven? If you're not right with God, I would be very, very afraid of the times we live in. But if your heart's right with God, and He holds you in His hand, and no man can pluck you out, then I wouldn't be afraid. I would not be worried. I'd be curious. I'd be alarmed. Don't be afraid. Okay. A hidden hand. Why did Napoleon stick his hand in his jacket? Why did he do that? Was that where he kept his cigarettes? Okay. Hang on. Don't take the picture yet. Okay. No. I think he was showing something without showing something. Something. You think about something. You can't see the hand. It's hidden. Okay. It's a hidden hand. I saw this article. The Rothschilds, that family in Europe that seems to own everything. And here's an article here talking about the Rothschilds' hidden hand. I want you to remember that name, Rothschild. We're going to see it again. Is the problem of the financial crisis really global? The Rothschild group, the hidden hand behind the world economy. And this article goes on, and it's a pretty lengthy article, talks about the Federal Reserve, and I get it. Okay, I get it. Our money is not our money. It belongs to the Federal Reserve, which belongs to probably the Rothschilds and probably who knows who else, but they seem to be the name at the top here. And are the Rothschilds these benevolent people who love the Lord Jesus, who really just want to help everybody? Is that them? No, because they have a spirit that drives them. That is the spirit of the love of money, which then would be the root of all evil. And all evil would be that vine. If there's a root, there's going to be a vine with 11 leaves on it and all that stuff. The love of money is the root of all evil. So we have the Rothschilds, and they tend to operate in secret behind the scenes. And what kind of people are these? I do know this, that the Rothschilds funded a building. Okay, remember geomancy, sacred geometry. Devils like to be in a place that they feel really comfortable in, and it has to have certain symbols and certain, orientations, and it has to have certain dimensions. It has to have all of these things. They really like that, and so the Rothschilds funded a building in Israel. It wasn't, like a super Walmart. Wasn't a McDonald's restaurant. It just happened to be this little out-of-the-way place called the Israeli Supreme Court. They funded it. And they funded it and they built it with all these Illuminati occult symbolisms. Here we have a pyramid, all-seeing eye. Remember that staircase? If you've studied symbols and if you've seen enough of my videos to know this staircase here, aside from the fact that it's 9 and 9, which is 99, or 18, or however you want to divide it up, 6 plus 6 plus 6, the symbolism is there. Plus there's there's a male-female symbol here, okay? The joining of the two. And I want you to notice, well, my goodness, I hate to even get into this. The sons of God up here, the daughters of men down here. Okay, that's in all the symbolism books. Albert Pike talks about this. Manly Hall talks about it. You can read hundreds of websites where they talk about the heavens joining together with the earth, and that's what this symbolizes. And oh, by the way, they happen to have the Dorothy Day Rothschild Grove, because they built it. The Rothschilds built it. They funded it. They wanted it built in certain ways. There's a giant obelisk out here in this. Think about groves in the Bible. That's where they worship the goddess. Okay, and so all of this symbolism is apparent in this building, and this building is not alone. There's probably hundreds, if not thousands, of others in cities all across this world. Mystery Babylon loves to have a headquarters. And so there is a hidden hand, as it were, operating on planet Earth right now. Remember what's going on in Egypt? I think there's a hidden hand there. And so it's not the 300 members of the Illuminati sitting in Rome somewhere, okay? They're just agents of the real conspirators. But the conspirators, these spirits controlling and guiding things going on for the purpose of revealing the hand. Okay? Here's some images here, and several of you sent me an article from Vigilant Citizen. I don't endorse everything that Vigilant Citizen says. I don't. Whoever this person is, I think they need to read more Bible, is what I think. But some good information every now and on there. So here we have who is this? Joseph Stalin. So what does Joseph Stalin and George Washington have in common? It's not the uniform. Okay. It's the hidden hand. There's something that is guiding them and controlling them. Here's the Freemasonic symbol of the hidden hand. Okay, it means something. It signifies something. Here is Frederick Bartholdi. Who, pray tell, is Frederick Bartholdi? He's the guy that built the Statue of Liberty. Bartholdi was a Freemason. And wait till you find out how tall the Statue of Liberty is. Not in feet and inches, but the French used the metric system. So he built it according to French standards. Boy, you just want to guess how tall the Statue of Liberty is in meters. Frederick Bartholdi, here it is, his hidden hand, and she has, the 7 rays, and it's the 7 heads of the beast and all this stuff. There's a lot there, the torch of Lucifer, and she's holding something like a baby. Okay, you just have to get that. We'll talk about that later. Maybe I'll get to it if the world would just slow down a little bit so I can get some of these videos out. Okay. But anyway, so he's revealing here something that he's not wanting to reveal. It's a hidden hand. Oh, here's Napoleon. We used to do that when we was kids. We stick our hand in our shirt. I'm Napoleon. We didn't know who he was. Okay, we just knew he always had his hand in his jacket. Why? A hidden hand. He was a prototypical. He wanted to take over the world. Stop and think about that idea for a minute. Oh, Karl Marx. We know for a fact that Karl Marx was a member of a secret society that wanted to take over the world. That's what Karl Marx was all about. Remember George Washington? And who is this? Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was a Freemason and incorporated a lot of Freemasonic ideas in his operas and in his music. Victor Hugo, remember Victor Hugo from I don't have the Da Vinci Code in here, from the Da Vinci Code. He was a member of he was a Grand Master of the Priory of Zion. They held a secret. They kept something secret that they didn't want to reveal to everybody. Victor Hugo was the guy that wrote The Hunchback of Notre Dame and a few other Beauty and the Beast and things like that. Looky here. Solomon, which is Solomon, the Temple of Solomon. Rothschild. So is there a hidden hand that's moving throughout the world? It's called the Hand of the Mysteries. I remember Dan Brown referred to this in his book, The Lost Symbol, the Hidden Symbol. Okay, the lost symbol, the hidden hand, they all have to do with one thing in particular, and that is the lost word of Freemasonry. Now I'm going to show you contrast here. Okay, and oh, by the way, here is the you tired of paying taxes? Okay, here is the New Carrollton Federal Building, Washington D.C., and it is the headquarters of the IRS. And they have like a pyramid with a capstone out in front of it. And oh, by the way, they have these 2 hands. They have these statues out here in front of their building. They have 2 pillars, Jachin and Boaz. They have 13 rings apiece on them. Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And they have these hands. Okay? The hand of the mystery. We have as above, so below here. Okay? Just showing you, but not showing you what's going on. Okay? One person I read on the internet, had the